Hello everyone, today we are going to present about weather meteorites. Our group member, my name is Sorasit Ket Tulathorn.
My name is Thanawat Siriversathit.
So first, data source that our group use, primary data DHT11, BMP280, secondary data historical weather data, passenger record from 2021 to 2025, reference time series, weather API pass data, sensor data, present data, deployment, binary input data from UI future deployment, categorical imbalance, 10 lines that are not MRT and BTS, passengers are queue low. If we use the same rate to predict, it is going to impact our models. Data exploration. The given data was in month units, so we decided to divide into hours with some weights to make it can predict passenger congestion in our unit, which each train line has different operating hours. Integrate the data with weather data, then before we train models, we need to give it a rating with 6 levels. As you can see, data pre-processing, Naive-Bayes give rating with different quartile for each 10 lines. Resample data from minority class. Remove passenger count attribute. Choose 5 features: temperature, humidity, pressure, time box, and day of week. Label encoding for categorical attributes. What are Naive-Bayes? Naive-Bayes is a supervised machine learning algorithm used for classification tasks like spam detection and text classification. It applies Bayes' theorem with the assumption that features are independent, making it simple yet effective in many cases. Bayes' theorem, as you can see, it is formula. Why is it called Naive? The naive part refers to the assumption that features are independent. In real life, features often correlate, but the model still performs well in many cases. Sample data that we use has 4 sample data. Our goal is to predict food based on color and size. First, we calculate price probability. For apple, 0.5, for cherry, 0.5. Second, we calculate likelihood feature given class. For color red apple 0.5, red cherry 0.5. For size big apple 1, big cherry 0. Then we calculate probability. For apple 0.25, for cherry 0. Advantage: simple and fast, works well with large dataset, effective for text classification. Disadvantage: assumes independence between features, which may not be true, struggle with correlate features.
Okay, here is data processing for quantization with dog features, rating label, date time, and organization. Label encoding time block, day of week, and passenger rating. Then with standardization. What is quantization? It is a form of regression model that estimates conditional quantiles of response variable. What is quantile? It is a percentile divided by 100. So if we have 90 percentile, it is 0.9 quantile. It is different from linear regression because we do not estimate on mean. So it is quite robust against noise and skew data. So our quantile can be in range 0 up to 1. The formula of prediction is here. And the loss of quantile regression is here, the formula below. We have example data x equal 1, 2, 3 and y equal 2, 3, 6 with the median regression quantile equal 0.5. we try to form the equation using different intersect points B0 and B1. So we will find the base B0 and B1, and the base one that we find is the green one. We use 0 and 2, and absolute error equal 1. Advantage is it is robust against outliers and noise, can handle skew data, easier to interpret using quantile. Disadvantages: low computation time because it requires linear programming, sensitive to extreme quantiles. Trend test size: for naive Bayes, we use 0.9 and 0.1 for training and testing because it will use on the further step. For quantile regression, we use 0.8 and 0.2 for training and testing. Evaluation: for naive Bayes, we find the quantile threshold that increase the performance for dividing passenger rating. For quantile regression, we find the base quantile as parameter in the model. We loop from 0.01 up to 0.99. Application: naive Bayes can do quick classification problem, predict the stock price, will it rise or will it fall, or predict the email if it's a spam or not. Quantile regression problem that you care about each range, time series data like stock price as numerical value, or we can use to predict how price that will. What is Metro model? A web application for decision making about traveling using the train lines inside Bangkok. This web app will predict the number of passengers in each hour up to now using sensor data. Our process is using that way to predict the passenger rating. Then we use quantile regression to predict the passenger count. Then we show output in the page. We receive the train line time, temperature, humidity, air pressure, and day as inputs. Then we process using NetWeight and use NetWeight result in quantile regression. This is our tech stack. Here is our reference. Okay, let's go to demo. Okay, we import library, retrieve the data from the dataset, then we find the statistics, replace the Thai month name to English month name, find all the organization, replace the month into day, fill the graph of the passenger, find operating time for each train line before we divide into the hours interval. As you can see, we have different operating times. We divide into 30 minutes interval. Then we group up into hour interval. Fill the distribution. Then we create a new data set for integration data. Then we start with the State Railway of Thailand. We pre-processing data by divided into many interval using quantile. Then we level encoding, selecting features, and then we train the NetWeight model. After that, we level encoding and also standardization and selecting quantile. Then we train the quantile regression model. It is our loop to train to evaluate the model for quantile regression. So the result is 0.48. Okay, we do this about 8 times because we have 7 organization and 1 for overall. Okay, let's go to our website. Okay, let's go to BTS. Okay, today data. Let's go to other day by 17. You can see that we have many. Okay, we can also show the humidity and temperature in that day. Okay, let's go to custom prediction. What is it? It is the prediction for manually input data. Or assume that we have 33 temperature and it is Wednesday. Okay, we got ready then almost 30,000 people in this hour. Okay, for more information, please check our GitHub repository. Thank you for listening.